Well, we're not down at the training ground today, we're over at the stadium. I'm delighted to say as well, not only Johnnie Jackson with us, but skipper Jake Reeves too. It's great to see you both here. How are you, chaps?
Really good, thanks, Rob.
Johnny, start of the FA Cup for us. Is it one of those dates in the calendar that you always look out for?
I do, yeah. Especially I like to look at the last qualifying round, because I always look forward to that draw, the first round draw, and throws up all sorts of different ties, doesn't it? You look at maybe you're going to get a non-league one away from home, like we had done before, or this year I was desperate for a home tie, to be honest, because it was sort of sandwiched between some real long trips. So nice to get a home tie, team from higher opposition, so that's a great test for us.
Jake, and for you of course, everywhere we look round this stadium, even there behind you now, there's memorabilia that shows Wimbledon's association with the FA Cup is so important.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, any club you play for, they always want to do well in the FA Cup. It's the most historic one, isn't it? And obviously this club's got a lot of history in it as well.
Got to talk about as well the fact that I thought that you two went back quite a way, but you don't, do you? Tell me about the story. It's a very brief story, but it's been successful so far, Jake.
Yeah, not at all, to be honest, until this summer. Yeah, Gaffer?
Well, I was just saying on the way up here that he kept beating me last year, and obviously I like Jake as a player and saw what he'd done last year, and he had the success, didn't he, with Stevenage. They got promoted, and he was pivotal to that. And that's what I wanted to bring to the club in the summer. Lads that know the level first and foremost, and have had success at the level. Obviously, he added bonus with Jake that knew the club inside out, and some sort of mutual people that I'd coached before were teammates of his last year. So it was easy for me to sort of find out a little bit about his character without him even knowing really. But I think them lads sort of let it be known that I was an admirer of his, and when it come to actually speaking, he already knew about the fact that he was really keen, and obviously I think he was really pleased to come back here, knowing the affiliation he'd had with the club before as well.
One thing I've noticed about you both as well is that at the end of a session you'll spend a lot of time talking to each other, and that communication between captain and manager is so important as well, isn't it, Johnny? For me
it's vital, and we spoke early in the pre-season about my plans for him, even long before we announced it really, because I saw, I knew about his character and everything, but I saw early doors in the first few weeks of pre-season the leadership qualities that he had, the way that he spoke to players, especially young players. I thought was brilliant. The way he put his arm around the young players, coached them probably without him realising that he's coaching. So all the qualities you look for in a captain. The fact that he's a good player and he's going to be playing most weeks as well obviously helps.
Jake, for yourself as well, happy with how things are going so far?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think particularly the start of the season, how we've sort of galvanised the club and the interaction that the fans and the players and staff are having now. Every time you come to a home game, everyone feels like we're all going in the same direction. I think that's the main thing that we can take from it, and that's obviously pivotal for a club like this to be able to move forward.
Johnny, of course it's knockout football this weekend, but as we saw with our Carabao Cup performances, it really helped us in our early season form, didn't it?
Yeah, I think I spoke to the lads early part of this week. I think it's a great time for us to have a little gap from league football. 2 cup games now, 2 home. So we're going to play 3 home games in a row in 3 different competitions, which I think is great. Great chance for me to use the squad. But obviously, FA Cup's really important to this club. We see this as an opportunity to, get another scout. All right, it's not a championship team like Coventry, but it's a team in a higher division, and they'll be expecting to come here and win, and we'll be expecting to beat them. So it's a great test for my team. And then we've got another good cup game to look forward to on Tuesday, where again we'll be able to utilise the squad, and I think that's really important. So for me, it's come at a great time. A little reset. We're a third of the way through the season, and we get a chance to focus on a different type of competition, which is knockout football. So that's something different.
Jake, these kind of games can be cagey at times, but also I don't think that's our style at the moment, is it? We kind of go all out from the off, don't we?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't expect that to happen tomorrow. It's not, as you said, it's not our style. We want to get up and at them, no matter who it is, no matter what competition it is, no matter what level they play at. It doesn't really matter to us. We don't really change our style, and that's what we'll be looking to do.
The weather's had its kind of say this week as well, but what kind of preparations have we had building up to this one?
Yeah, it's been really good. As Gav said, we've had a 3 week. Training's been really, really good. Weather held off, to be fair, for training during the early part of the week, and like you said, we're down at the ground today due to weather conditions really, but other than that nothing's been any different, and it's been a really good clear week.
Johnny, Cheltenham have had some unwanted attention, I think, to their start to the season, but under Darryl Clark now, they've got a result. They'll perhaps think that they've turned a corner. It's up to us to prove it wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, it always seems to be the way, doesn't it? They was obviously had a really tough start. Didn't score for a long time, but to be fair, Darryl's gone in there and they've had a real reaction. They won, I think, 2 out of the last 3 games. They started scoring, so the timing obviously of that is not brilliant, but like Jake says, listen, we concentrate on us. We've spoke about Cheltenham a little bit this week, and like we would any opposition, but for me it's about what we do. We always work on how we want to hurt them. We always work on what we look like in that final third, trying to create, trying to score, and just adding the finishing touches, which I think we're doing really well as a team. We're getting to great positions. We've been a little bit wasteful at times, and I think we all recognise that. So it's about turning the performances, now into results and getting the outcomes that we want as well.
Jake, I think we're approaching a landmark for you. I think it's coming up to 150 appearances for the club over 3 spells. How much will that mean to you?
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know if I was coming up close to it, to be honest. It's massive. To play over 100 games for any club, I think it's huge. It shows obviously you're doing well at the time. The manager, or a couple of managers you might have, obviously playing you. And like I said, obviously for over 3 different stints, it's nice to be able to make that 150 mark and hopefully many more.
Your midfield partner Armani Little, he found the back of the net last week. Are we perhaps getting closer to seeing you come up with kind of a goal like we did in 2016 against York City?
Yeah, that would be nice. I don't think it happened too many times, but like the style of play that we play, everyone has different roles and different jobs, and depending on how close you get into shooting sort of distances, and as Gaffer touched on, I think we're getting into some really good areas, no matter who's in there, and a little bit wasteful at the minute, but that's what we're working really hard to eradicate.
When you look back over your career so far, is that the best one so far? Yeah, I mean, it's an outstanding goal.
Yeah, I think it's probably the best one, just purely on the timing of the goal and what it meant for that season. For example, I've scored a few good ones, though, to be fair, since then, if you want to go and have a look, but no, for everything that the goal stood for, yeah, that's got to be up.
Sometimes it's moments, isn't it? In
yeah,
games,
that's what it
it's
was.
not
It's like literally last kick of the game.
Exactly, it's not necessarily the technical aspect of a goal, but it's what it means in a moment for yourself or for a club. It can be a defining goal without, it could be a tap-in, but if it's a defining goal in a moment, then that becomes, what you remember.
Johnny, the young Dons showed us the way in the FA Youth Cup this week. Great moment for young Justin Clark out there. You were down here to see it.
Yeah, it was brilliant, to be honest. It was a great night because everything was going really well. 1-0 up, started the second half really well, and I'm thinking we're going to get second, third and put it to bed, and just started to get a little bit tired, the boys, towards the end of the 90 minutes, and we got ped back late doors. Went into extra time, and you're thinking, we might be up against it now, because we did start to look tired, but we found a bit of energy from somewhere, and in the extra time we looked like the team was going to go and win it, and then we come up with that moment at the end there. It was great for the young boys. Went down and saw them after the game, and Clarkey as well, delighted for him, because I know how much hard work he puts in, so it was great to see him celebrating the way they was, and look forward to watching them in the next round now.
Absolutely. Jake, we've seen young Morgan Williams break through, and of course as well there's more to come. I think Kai Jennings was out there again today with you guys, young Harry Sidwell as well. There's some midfield talent coming through for Wimbledon.
Yeah, not just midfield talent, to be honest. When you look at the team overall, they played so well and they're playing well every week. And obviously with this club, we know that this club will give young people opportunities to come and play in the first team. We've had loads of lads come through and play in the first team, and example going through to the later stages of cups and stuff like that, it's only going to benefit them and give them experience that will be useful when they come into the first team.
Johnny, what sort of shape are we in? What sort of team news have you got for tomorrow?
Yeah, really good. We got a lot of competition for places. A lot of people that think they should be playing and expect to play, and obviously everyone wants to play. Just because it's the FA Cup doesn't mean ring wholesale changes. I think Tuesday night's a great opportunity for us to really utilise the squad, but we want to go into this game as strong as we possibly can. Everyone wants to play. No one wants to come out of the team. So clean bill of health, really. Just the boys who missed out on Saturday's trip probably won't make it, but apart from that, everyone's come out of the game fine. Everyone's trained this week, so you've got a couple of the young lads involved as well, because you can have 9 subs in the FA Cup, so it gives you a little bit more of a broader selection process, and then I'm not going to tell you what the team is, but we'll see how we go.
Lee Brown and Harry Pell, are they progressing?
Yeah, Pelly probably going to just miss out, to be honest. He was out there today, done a little bit on his own. Brown, he trained with a group. Obviously he's been out a little while now, so probably speak to him, see how he come out of training and make a call on that.
One thing I've got to talk to you about as well, you look at great clubs associated with the FA Cup over the years, Tottenham Hotspur, they've gone down back into their past in terms of looking at players who've played for the first team, every player who's played, they've issued legacy numbers and you're one of them.
Yeah, remind me of my number, Rob, what was it?
You are number 683, Johnnie.
Yeah, coming in 683. Yeah, no, it's nice, they recognising everyone who's ever played for the club, and obviously a great club, great memories for me. Some interesting FA Cup memories actually. Got to I think it was fifth round, quarter final maybe, and lost 4-3 to Man City after being 3 up with Spurs. So not one of their greatest nights in the FA Cup, and I was part of that. So maybe they should have skipped my number. I'm not sure.
There's somebody who you know, Jake, from your old car school as well, Andy Barcham, another great servant for this club. He got a number as well. I think he's delighted to get that too, for all the players that have played for that club over the years.
Yeah, I'd have thought so. I didn't actually know that Barchi played for the first team, so I'm sure he's absolutely thrilled with that and delighted, yeah.
Look, one thing I want to ask you about as well, it is Friday. We've got a recording artist in our presence here in yourself, Johnnie. I know we've had the Oasis and Blur debate out there on the training pitch as well, but what do you make of the new Beatles single? Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, I quite like it, to be honest. I listened to it last night. It's strange, isn't it, that I think Lennon died 42 years ago, 40, something like that, before I was born anyway, Rob. And they've managed to sort of not recreate it, they found an old recording and dug his voice up and used technology to make it actually sound like him. So, no, pleased, I thought their back catalogue was done, but to get one more single out of it, great, because big Beatles fan, so anything coming out by them, yeah, well pleased. And
the great Trevor Williams, one of the founding members of this club here as well, he played to me the new Rolling Stones album the other week, and it's not bad.
Yeah, I know Trev likes his music. He's sorted me out with a couple of tickets for gigs recently. So I ain't listened to the new Stones one, but I have to give that a go. Yeah.